How you doing?
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 How you doing? How you doing? So what's going on?
You don't want to know.
And now, Tom Zappala and Mike Lamazzo with the Sicilian Corner.
Mikey boy.
Hey, Tom, how are you?
Good. Listen, let's jump right into this because there's a couple of big events this weekend at the Tuscan Village, the new Tuscan Village, and you were nice enough to find us our kumare, Joe Farrow.
This guy here, forget about it. He's like trying to find the president.
I know. He's like unbelievable. Joseph, how are you,
Good morning,
brother?
Joe.
How are you, boys?
We're doing well. We're doing well. Joe, I know you have a lot going on. You can't stay on with us very long, but I want you to tell our listeners exactly what's going to take place over the Memorial Day weekend. It's a 3-day event, and I'm going to pass the mic over to you and let you do your thing.
Thank you very much. So we're very excited, by the way, to be opening, this phase of the Tuscan Village. We have all kinds of amenities and shops, and yeah, I think when you guys see it, you'll love it. We're celebrating all weekend long. We are watching the weather, so we have a 5K race that's happening tomorrow at 10 a.m. We may not be doing the ribbon cutting at 10 a.m. We may be doing it after lunch because of the weather, but we have stuff happening all weekend long. We have music, we have fireworks, we have all kinds of tilt walkers, character sketches, magicians, beach volleyball courts. We have the gelato cart. L.O. Bean has the bootmobile. We have gondola rides, guys on the lake. Mike, do you think Tommy could drive the gondola and maybe drive you around the lake?
I can sing. I'll sing.
No, do me a favor. Don't sing, will you?
I got the little capadutsu, Joe. I could do that. I think I could do that well. Hey, but you know something, Joe? I'm going to ask you a question because there's some action that's being taken in the Merrimack Valley, some heavy action. Something about there's some type of a contest between you and Marianne Esposito, and I'm telling you, there's some heavy action being taken.
Is there really?
Oh,
Yeah.
So, and let me tell you something. Right now, you're low man on the totem pole.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you.
I don't blame you. I think he's a good bet. I don't know. We'll see. But I got to tell you something. Mikey knows my grandparents and all my aunts. So I was trained by black belt meatball makers. So we're just gonna have to see on that one.
Well, I don't know, man. The whole St. Alpheus Society has their money on her. 3 guys bet on you. Mike,
but everybody but Lamazzo, though. I know Lamazzo.
Exactly. No, Joe, it's going to be. It's going to be such a great freaking event. Such a great event.
You mentioned the lake. How big is that lake exactly?
The lake is just around 6.5 acres.
Is it really?
Fantastic.
It's big. Yeah, it's beautiful. We built a beach. We just put 250 fish in it, and we hope that they spawn and make more fish. But we can do fly fishing.
You should have put rabbits, Joe. You should have put rabbits in there.
Go. I should put rabbits in there with like those little floaties.
Joe, I gotta tell you something though, and this is the truth, the honest to God's truth. I have spoken to so many people, and they've all said the same thing. Eventually I want to relocate there. Wow. I'm not kidding. I have 2 very dear friends that live in Pelham. Beautiful home, very successful.
Wow.
Their kids, as soon as their kids, they have 1 kid left that's in college. They're gonna make the break for Salem, New Hampshire. Honest to God, yeah.
Well, every day you drive by there, Tommy, it looks different.
I know.
I can't believe. I mean, I drive through there early in the morning. I'm in awe. I really am. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So, Joe, this is phase 2. How many phases are there in your plans?
Probably altogether 7 or 8, but some of them happen at the same time.
Okay.
So, for example, there's a giant hole right now that's being dug. There's water in it. That's actually the parking garage for the hotel. So there's a hotel called the Artisan Hotel. The Tuscan Kitchen's in the bottom of it, and then we have a sky bar on the roof and a wedding venue on the lake out the back of the hotel. We've got another 500 luxury residential units being built as well. We've got all kinds of additional shops and restaurants, and it really, the next phase is the kind of that town center phase, that looks like it's the downtown part of it.
It's fun. It's funny you say that because Salem really does not have a downtown. It doesn't.
Right.
It has Route 28, which is nothing but malls. This is going to be the first. This is going to become the downtown of Salem.
Yeah, it's going to become the centerpiece. There's no doubt.
Question about it.
Joe, just keep this in the back of your mind. Just something I'm going to throw out.
Do me a favor. Don't even say nothing.
So, give some thought, not now, but maybe down the road, of just carving out a little 10 by 10 area where we can call it the Tuscan Village or Tuscan Brand Sicilian Corner Studios. And we listen to this, and we broadcast a show every Friday from there. And my show with Rico, my baseball show with Rico Petrocelli, we tape right after that. We'll move right there and have our studio set up, and bingo.
I love it.
What
we got to do, you got to switch the TV. Switch the TV and we'll film it.
Well, let me tell you something. With our video podcast now, like right now, we're
on Facebook.
We're on StreamYard, and between radio and just for the Sicilian Corner, between radio and the video podcast, we're probably getting 30, 40,000 views a week. And the same thing with the show that I do with Rico. So we're getting some nice juice.
After 21 years, we should.
Right.
I mean, it's going to be 21 years, Joseph.
Yep.
It's like it was yesterday.
Hey,
I know.
I'm having a vision, Joe. You want to hear it? And I know you got a lot of your friends. Yeah, coming from me. This is what I see. You said to me you have the lake is 6.5 acres plus or minus.
Yeah.
Picture on a nice summer afternoon on a Sunday. You have a concert right on the shores of that lake, and people come and bring their chairs. Blankets. We could have a ball with that.
Oh, I tell you, there are so many opportunities. But I got to tell you, Joe, I know you're busy. We'll let you go. But all kidding aside, people, it's the buzz has been phenomenal. The buzz has been phenomenal. So congratulations. You've worked your ass off too. I mean, you really have.
Thank you so much.
Well, we have Saturday. On Sunday, Joe, what's the highlight of Sunday?
Sunday we have the Tuscan Sweat Series, yoga classes on Lake Park. We have the farmers market that's coming at 10 a.m. in the morning, which is fantastic.
Really?
Outdoor grilling. Oh yeah, we have a farmers market right outside of Tuscan Market. Yeah. The Smutty Nose Beer Garden and LL Bean are doing this yappy hour. I guess you could bring your dog. It's more cooking classes happening. It's going to be a great weekend.
What are we doing about wine tasting? I hear somebody told me there's going to be some wine tasting.
There's going to be wine tasting. We have a little Toscana wine tent. Your friend Joe Conforti is in his glory right now.
Oh, God. He's beaming. He's beaming.
Okay. He's doing fantastic. We'll be tasting wines all weekend.
That sounds fantastic.
All right, brother. Listen, we know you're busy. We'll let you go. Joe,
Tommy, I just wanted to find out about the fireworks.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
The fireworks are supposedly Saturday night, right?
The fireworks are Saturday night at 9 p.m. weather permitting.
Okay.
We hope if you say a little, you got your rosary beads, Michael?
I still do. Okay,
see if you can
are you kidding, Joe? I have my first communion money.
Oh, I know that. God bless you guys. Thank you very much.
All right, take care.
Have a good one, Joey. Take
Joe
care.
Farrow, CEO, President and CEO of Tuscan Brands. He has done a magnificent job across the state. But more than anything, Mike, he has been such a boost to the Merrimack Valley. Just amazing. Just amazing.
I don't know just a side note. I know he doesn't toot his own horn. It's not his style. But, when this kid graduated from college.
Mike, you're looking up at the ceiling?
No.
I thought you were.
University of New Hampshire. He gets this vision. He wants to have homemade pasta. So he starts this company. He wants to start this company. He has the format. He knows what he wants to do, but he needs Zordis. So he went to one bank. They laughed at him. Went to two bank, laughed at him. Third bank, laughed at him. He walked into the fourth bank. They liked him. And he started off with a loan of $1 million. And that's how Joseph's Pasta came to be. And it became international. And this guy worked 20 hours a day. He was never around.
I know. He's done a great job. And now that he's, I think we lost Mike. David
Again, huh?
Yeah. So why don't you let him
He's
go
not looking
away?
at the camera.
No,
so-
he's don't. So just let him. Can you let him go away? There you go.
Here we go.
Let him. Anyway, continuing what we were talking about regarding Joe, he has done a magnificent job, and he's not that old. I mean, he's Joe.
Oh, yeah. How old is he?
I would say Joe is somewhere between, I say probably, I don't know, 50 something, 51, 52, if that old.
Wow.
But yeah, he has
Done a great job, huh?
for what he's done, starting with, as Mike said, with the Tuscan Kitchen and the Tuscan Marketplace, now expanding it to Salem, New Hampshire. And plus, he's got the seaport.
I think the seaport's amazing, right?
Yeah, he's got some stuff. He's got it. It's just unbelievable, and he's really picked up a head of steam with the Commonwealth of Mass and state of New Hampshire. So he should be very, 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 very pleased.
It takes great vision, though, to do the things he's done. I mean,
it takes a lot of money too.
I agree. But the Rockingham Park vision there is pretty amazing, though, to visualize that.
Absolutely.
And then create it. You're right. You need the money, but
yeah, absolutely. Hey, Mike,
I don't know how much you heard, but anyway, he was 38.
Well, Mike, hold on. See, but again, the reason that
don't go there, will you?
You got to look in the camera because we were trying to get your attention, but you're looking up in the air, so that'll do it. I know it's difficult.
It's time for my Zen period.
Is that what it is? No, we went through. We heard a lot of what you said, and we were just
38 and retired, Tommy.
How old is he now, Joe? He's like 50.
He's probably about 52.
That's what I said. 52. Okay.
Nancy says 52.
Oh, that's his favorite aunt. So you got to be careful there,
Mike. Now,
but anyway, he's determination. It couldn't happen to a nicer kid. I like him. I like him a lot. He's family, and something. I'm very, very, very proud of him. I really am.
Good. Yeah, he's a good man. So there was something else. Oh,
I still think those concerts on that lake on a Sunday afternoon. Tom.
So
Tommy boy.
Is there a space for that, Michael?
Yeah, there is.
There is.
There's plenty of parking on the property. People bring lawn chairs. It could really happen with very little cost to build it in. So I think something like that. He'll probably go in that direction someday. I mean, right now it's so many more important things to do. I want to ask him about the hospital. I don't know exactly when that hospital is going to be finished. I don't know what phase that sets in, but something. I don't know how he keeps everything on track. He's got some good people working for him. His sidekick in crime, Brenda, she's a sweetheart. She watches his back like you can't imagine. But anyway,
well, he's a good man, and he's been. And you go back with him his whole life, right? Pretty much.
He used to come over the house and use my pool.
Yeah.
But he's good people, the whole family, and his mother and father.
Wonderful.
Let me tell you, his father, Joe Sr. There's a guy who came to this country and wasn't afraid to try anything.
Right.
You name it, he tried it. A couple of things didn't make it, but you know something? Then all of a sudden it clicked. So you got to have a pair of stones. And if you have a pair of stones, you can get ahead. If you're just going to sit back, nothing's going to happen. So you got nobody to blame but yourself.
Michael, I have a question. The old property, the old now Tuscan Village, and then the Tuscan Market and the Tuscan Village property. What's going to happen there?
That's going to be redeveloped. The Tuscan Market is going to become the commissary, I believe. And you know, that's a question for Joe Farrow. I'm not. I may be mistaken, but that's.
I had heard that they're going to kind of use it as a distribution center for Salem to feed Salem
for all of their restaurants.
Right.
You know, a lot of stuff will be prepared there and then shipped out. So, you know,
hey, good for them. I'm happy.
$11 million he's given to the to the town of Salem every single year. That's what it's going to amount to. You know how many jobs, David, are being made because of this Tuscan Village?
No.
Approximately 6,000 permanent jobs because of Tuscan Village.
That's amazing.
That's mind-boggling.
It really is. It really is. Well, you know something? I'm happy for him. It's a great family, and you know. All right, let's move on. We've got a
Are we
pretty
going to
good.
take a break, or are you just going to work right through?
Well, we got a minute or two, right, David?
As much as you need, Thomas.
Yeah, we've got about another minute. Actually, let's do this. Let's take a break.
Thank you.
And then when we come back, I've got a problem here. I have a sheet on my window, and I'm getting aggravated. I want to talk about that.
Is he back?
He is. Hang in there. We'll be right back.
Looking for that something special? All of us here at the Sicilian Corner suggest trying Ristorante Uno, located at 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. For the most exquisite dining experience in an intimate setting that serves authentic regional Italian cuisine and features old country service. Try Ristorante Uno. Did we mention their award-winning wine cellar? Ristorante Uno, 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. Call 617-573-9406 for reservations. That's 617-573-9406. Tell them the boys from the Sicilian Corner sent you.
Today, Lawrence General Hospital has affiliations with leading Boston academic medical centers. Top specialists from Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center and Floating Hospital for Children at Tufts Medical Center work with our local doctors to bring world-class care close to home. Today, amazing partnerships are happening at Lawrence General Hospital. To learn more, visit lawrencegeneral.org/today.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine each pleased to announce the opening of their American College of Radiology accredited MRI unit at their location at 16 Pelham Road in Salem, New Hampshire. So now, in addition to receiving the best orthopedic care in the Merrimack Valley, as well as physical and occupational therapy at Optima Sports Therapy and Rehab, you can also have your MRI, all in one convenient location. The doctors and staff of Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine have been dedicated to providing outstanding medical care to the Merrimack Valley in southern New Hampshire since 1984. Located on Route 97, just off Exit 2 from Route 93 North, on the second floor of the Workout Club of Salem. You deserve the best care, and that's exactly what you'll get from the board-certified surgeons at Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine. Please call 603-898-2244 to schedule an appointment.
A loyal sponsor for the Sicilian Corner is Hilton Oil Company. Hilton Oil has been located right across from the South Lawrence Common since 1932 at 101 South Union Street. Hilton Oil Company specializes in 24-hour burner service, oil deliveries, including automatic deliveries serving all the Merrimack Valley area, plus portions of southern New Hampshire. If you want your car fixed right the first time, bring it to Hilton's state-of-the-art service station. Remember, Hilton's is also a Mass State Inspection Station. Hilton Oil Company, 101 South Union Street in Lawrence. Call 978-687-9793.
This is Cindy
and Mike Kunstler,
owners of Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts,
the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
In addition to spectacular views overlooking our golf course, we have an incredible Italian chef, Benny Curti.
Benny was born and raised in Italy and came to be our executive chef in 2013.
Benny is so passionate about cooking. If you haven't experienced the food at Grazie Italian Restaurant, you're truly in for a treat.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club.
Mikey boy.
Yes, sir.
Mikey.
Hey, I had a good day yesterday. Took a ride up to Northampton, and we went to a place called the Airfield Cafe in Northampton.
Yeah, right on Route 1.
Oh,
Yep.
Right on Route 1. Yeah.
That's very good.
I mean, we had breakfast, so I mean, you can't. Was the food fantastic? No. Was it good? Yes. But we sat outside and we watched the planes coming in and taking off. Just a small little airport, similar to what Lawrence used to be. I mean, Lawrence has gotten a lot bigger. But you got the Piper Cubs coming in and out. And we sat outside. We were 14 of us. And it was men that I went to school with, many of whom I played football with. And, you know, we tell war stories. This is the first time in 15 months, Tommy, that we got together. And we really had a ball. We ate outside. They accommodated us. They put tables together for us so we could all be together. Really nice way to start off the day.
Yeah, no, I've heard good things about that place. I've heard
they're busy. Wow.
Yeah. Speaking of starting off the day, my day has not started very well.
What's going on?
Well, you know, I have a little studio set up on the water side of my house.
Yep.
And right outside 3 feet from me there are two windows, and there's a beautiful lilac tree that sits on the other side of the windows.
Sure.
Well, there's this psycho cardinal. I call him Psycho Cardinal.
Is that what his name is?
Yeah. Psycho Cardinal. And he sits on the branch, and this started about a month ago, and he starts attacking my window, like pecking at it, because evidently he sees a reflection of himself and thinks somebody is invading his territory.
It's mating time.
I don't know what the hell it is. But anyway, make a long story short, the freaking thing is aggravating me. So this morning I had to go out there because he came back. He was gone for a couple of weeks because I put a sheet on the outside of the window, tacked it, so he can't see himself. So I'm setting up for the show today, and the little son of a gun is starts attacking the window. So I had to go outside before the show started and put a sheet, so I can't even look at the water. There's a sheet over the outside of my windows. So now I'm looking straight ahead at another window. It's about 15 feet from me. And the little guy is out there attacking my sliders. So while we were getting ready for the show, I filmed it. David, can you bring that up? I don't know.
I sure can. No, I got you, brother.
Now look at this little maniac.
I think he's very friendly.
Yeah, he is very friendly.
He just keeps banging. Now this was a really short one, but he does it every 3 minutes over here. Now he takes off, and he's gone. But he
comes back.
He's a lunatic. So he's really aggravating me. So I'm thinking about a BB gun, Mikey.
No, you know what you should do? I have a simple solution. It won't cost you much money either. You turn around and you maybe take about 20 pictures of yourself and just stick them on the window in the inside. When he comes, Tommy, he'll look at those pictures and he'll take right off. And it won't cost you hardly nothing.
I appreciate that.
Black
Mike.
and white. That's what
I
I'm here for.
appreciate-
I'm here to help you, my son.
He's very aggressive.
He's really. And let me tell you something. That's nothing compared to how he is. Coming off this little tree next to me.
We lived in North Andover on Chadwick Street, and it was an oversized ranch, and the gutter system was.
I love Nancy Grieco. Nancy Grieco's saying
it's very long. Like I was saying, it was very, very long. The gutter system around the house, and we used to have a woodpecker.
Actually,
and
Nancy,
this
that's
woodpecker would land, and he would peck at those gutters. You try and find out whereabouts he is, because that gutter system was one big system that went right around the complete house. It was driving me crazy. I'd run out the door, he wasn't there. Run to the back, he wasn't there. You had no idea, Tommy, because it vibrated. The sound just went right through all the gutters through the house. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Mikey, yesterday you and I were talking, and I wanted to get the opinion of some of our viewers, if they're watching. I know if they're listening, it's going to be difficult on the radio. But, we were talking about, there's a lot that I see personally going on with the Italian traditions and the mores that I'm not happy with. I think it's a generational thing. But is it my imagination, Mike, or do we seem to be losing some of our traditions with the younger generations? Not with our generation, but with the younger generations.
No question. Big time. A lot of that has to do with, back in the day, if you were Irish, you married Irish. If you were German, you married German. As time went on, people started marrying other different cultures and traditions, and they became standard. So our Italian traditions really got watered down considerably, and it's going to get worse as time goes on. Sometimes things are good, sometimes things are bad. Some of the traditions that we used to have, needed to be fine-tuned a little bit, but a lot of them were really good, like eating at the table together as a family.
Perfect example.
It bugs me. I mean, in my house, my brother and I could never take a dish and say, okay, we're going to go watch TV. My parents wouldn't allow it. And that's a good thing. I mean, today, people use their kitchen table for like a storage place. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff packed up on it. It's there for a reason. It's there. You should have dinner together, talk about their day. And I know it's harder and harder because people are working, and it's difficult. Back in the day, a lot of our grandparents were home, especially the mom. Our grandmother would be home, and she'd be cooking, and she knew her responsibility, and she took care of the house and everything else. But today, you're right, boy. It is really going down.
Well, I'd like some of our viewers to respond. I mean, for those of you that have younger kids, do you sit at the table and have dinner? I mean, I look at my kids, and there are a lot of reasons why they can't sit down at dinner and have dinner as a family. First of all, both parents are working. Most likely outside of the house.
Yeah.
And then it's not like kids. When I was a kid, Mike, where did we play? We played in the city on the block that I lived in.
Right.
And we would come in for dinner. That's no longer the case.
When the lights came on.
Yeah. And that's no longer the case today. They have to, kids have to have organized activities because there are no city neighborhoods, for instance, both parents are working. Then there's soccer practice. Then there's little league practice. Then there's basketball practice. So I see the juggling, a lot of the juggling that my kids do with their youngsters, and I kind of feel bad. I mean, I don't think it's anybody's fault, but when I wrote Bless Me Sister, I wrote that book for one reason, because my kids had absolutely no idea. I mean, they were brought up in the suburbs. My kids had absolutely no idea what my childhood was like growing up in an Italian neighborhood smack dab in the middle of the city. In a million years, they would have never been able to relate to that. I'm not sure that they can today, but I wanted them to get a feel for just the difference in how they were brought up and how I was brought up.
And I think you succeeded in that because the book is very well written. And you're right. It does explain to them what your childhood was like growing up.
I mean, we had markets, Mikey, and I know you grew up in South Lawrence, but I mean, literally within a block of my house, we had markets, shoe stores, pharmacies, fish markets, bar rooms, movie theaters, a hospital, pizza joints.
What was your
churches,
favorite theater, T?
Well,
did you guys? I mean, I know you lived on Common Street on Haverhill Street,
right? So,
what did you go to?
Well, because it was literally 50 yards from my house, we used to go to the Central Theater.
Okay,
because it was right around the corner on Oak Street. But I mean, as I got older, when I was in high school with my little girlfriend, we used to go to the Warner Theater a lot. But the Central Theater,
the Warner was like really the greatest. I mean,
that was a great.
That was my because they had a lot of new movies when they first came out.
Yeah,
Warner Brothers ran them right into there. I used to like the Palace because up on the second floor they had the glass ceiling. So if the girl you were with had a short skirt, it was nice.
It was God.
What?
I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. But you know, just I'm thinking about.
And if you wanted to go slumming, you had the Premiere.
Yeah, the Premiere or the what was the other one? Star.
The Star. The
Star. The Star. Yeah.
The thing
Star
about
was rat spelled backwards. That's what we used to say.
The thing with the Premiere was it was so dark in there. You'd go there to try to pick somebody up. You didn't know if you were picking up a guy or a girl. You had no clue. I mean, it was that black. I mean, you couldn't even walk.
I was thinking about just in my neighborhood, pizza joints. There, I mean, just in my neighborhood, within literally a 4 minute walk, you had Tripoli's, you had Stramondo's, you had Napoli's, you had Jackson Pizza. There was a couple of other ones that I don't even.
Napoli Pizza on Jackson Street.
No, Napoli's
on
Newbury Street. Yep.
I loved that pizza. That was real close to my Nonna Messina. So that was our treat. We'd go get a couple of slices of pizza.
Yeah, see,
nice and square. And it smelled so good.
They were long. They were long.
Yeah. And even now, Gino, I mean, he does a fantastic job.
Let me tell you something.
I love their pizza.
Napoli's meat pie and spinach pie, I believe, in my opinion, is the best in the Merrimack Valley. Both of them. It's just fabulous.
It is now.
Yeah. No, and I agree with you. But, so you think about that. We had a shoe store, Giolongo shoe store on Newbury Street, and we had Jackson's shoe store on Jackson Street. How many pharmacies? It was just, pool rooms, bars, of course. It was a very interesting dynamic.
We didn't have as many of as there are today. Barbershops. I have never seen so many barbershops in my life between Methuen and Lawrence. And they're open like from 8 o'clock in the morning to midnight. What the hell? 7 days a week?
That's interesting.
People must be getting a lot of haircuts or something else is going on. I just can't believe.
Well, it's about community, right? They're bringing the community back.
Well, something that's good to see. David, did you grow up? What kind of an environment, setting did you grow up in?
I grew up in Hudson. I was born in California, but mainly grew up in Hudson, New Hampshire, in a neighborhood similar to you. It wasn't a city, but my family's house was the center of the neighborhood. Everybody was in our house.
Same thing with us.
So, and then my mother would yell at us, "Get out of the house! It's nice out." So be out all day long. She'd bring us in for lunch and bring us in for dinner, and we were out after dinner, and that was it. I mean, we're just out all the time.
I mean, it's the same thing with us. And my father had a distinct whistle. And in the summertime, I could be 3 blocks over, and he would just step out on the front steps with that shrill whistle of his. Stop what we're doing. Time to go home.
Yeah. My father, Sam, had the whistle, too. We'd be playing in the soccer field, which was real close to where we lived. And he'd come out on the porch, give the whistle. That meant, let's go. Time to come home. But we had a lot of good times. Good times.
And you know,
Absolutely.
a couple of people are making. Joe Espinola is making a
what's he got
comment.
to say?
No, and he, you know, they're all making great points. It's saying every Sunday we had dinner. It's hard. The kids are busy now. We have random friends, and our house is an open house. Here it is, right here.
Yeah.
So I mean, the point is that it's. I'm not complaining, but I'm saying it's, for me personally, it's. You know, I've noticed a really big change. And Mike, you said it. You know, you hit it on the head. As time goes on, what do you call it, David? Acculturation, where not acculturation. That's the wrong word.
What the hell's that? Yeah, I was going to say.
Well, what I was going to say is, as time continues to go on, I think the ethnic part of it is going to get more and more watered down. Absolutely. And you know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just different. When I was a kid in our neighborhood, you know, a Zappala would marry a Teresi, or a Jafrida would marry whatever. You know, now that's not the case, and it's different. And maybe it's good that the grandkids get exposed to all of these other different cultures. You know, cultures.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just one thing that I wanted to say, David, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
Was my Nana Messina, I can always remember as a kid when she would babysit me, on her black iron stove, she would get the tangerine skins and put them on the back of the burner.
We had one.
So the other day, on my stove, I have a centerpiece that I can do something similar to that. And I had a couple of tangerines. I took the skin and I put them on there. I heated it up. The house smelled so good.
I remember that.
It reminded me of Nana Messina, like it was.
So what is it? So it has a, would you just put it on in a flat iron, or what do you do?
No,
directly on the stove.
Right on the stove.
Remember, these were those. What do they call those stoves?
Black kettle.
With you had the handle that you would put in and lift
that,
up.
That also heated the house, right?
Yes. And my mother and grandmother would put those right on top of the stove, especially in the wintertime.
They did too, huh, Tom?
Oh God, yes, absolutely. Yeah. And it was a great aroma that went through the entire house.
The house smelled so good.
It did. It really did. That was kind of cool. All right, listen, we're going to take a break. We'd like to hear from you guys. We're getting some nice comments. Joey Salvo, Lippo's Barbershop. Joe, I remember Andy Lippo, except I went to Tony the Barber right down the street, Tony Teresi. Wayne Peters and I used to go to Tony's. DuBarry's right at the corner.
Who do you go to now, Tom?
I go to...
That was just mean.
Different people. I go once every 2 or 3 years.
No. Whether you need it or not.
Exactly. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and reminisce a little more. We'll be right back.
David from the Sicilian Corner. You know, Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and we can never agree. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with great Italian cuisine. Capri Seaside Italian. This is David from the Sicilian Corner. You know, Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and we can never agree. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with great Italian cuisine. Capri Seaside Italian Grill. Me, I love the elegant romantic vibe, Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu with prices that'll make it the place you want to visit every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of an even cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites, in the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Music Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all these great places, and they treat everyone like they're Mike Lamazzo. And best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all of this fun is right at your fingertips. We can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out about all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at NorthshorePavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service From an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks, your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
This is Cindy,
And Mike Kunstler,
owners of Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts.
the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
In addition to spectacular views overlooking our golf course, we have an incredible Italian chef, Benny Curti.
Benny was born and raised in Italy and came to be our executive chef in 2013.
Benny is so passionate about cooking. If you haven't experienced the food at Grazie Italian Restaurant, you're truly in for a treat.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club.
Okay, we are back and talking about some old traditions.
Tommy, I just wanted to ask you, you're talking about growing up on Haverhill Street, East Haverhill Street. How many mothers did you actually have when you guys were out playing? You must have had like 8 or 9 people watching.
Like,
right?
I tell you what, that's a great question. I had like 10 sets of mothers where, you know, if we're out, I mean, and any one of them would be, you know, would slap you on the back of the head if they had to,
right?
You know,
right.
I mean, but yeah, I mean, if I was over Wayne's house, playing at Wayne's house, his mother was my mother. If I was at Dave Polizzardi's house, his mother was my mother. I mean, they had no problem telling us what to do, how to do it, and all the kids listened to all the parents.
And that's completely changed now. You can't, if a parent talks to your kid, the other parent freaks out, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. Well, I think I've told this story before in the air, but when Wayne, you know, Wayne is my oldest friend. I mean, we've known each other since, you know, the day we were born, well, pretty much. And we managed to get, I must have been about 6, and he was probably 5. And somehow we managed to get up to the 3rd floor of my house, and we went up onto the roof.
Oh,
and we were sitting at the edge of the roof with our feet dangling over.
No fear.
What did we know? Now, Wayne lived in the tenement next door to me, and his mom was on her stoop hanging the clothes. Remember, they had the hanger, the clothes hangers, hanging her clothes, and looked and saw us and
Flipped
just froze. So she gently went downstairs, ran into my house, got my mother, and they both came upstairs very quietly. And my mother, I remember my mother saying, "Hi guys, you know, how you guys doing?" And she says, "Don't move," and slowly walked up to us and grabbed us both by the collar, pulled us in, and began beating the hell out of both of us. You know, and her mother, Wayne's mother, stood there. She would have done it too. It was just, that's just the way it was.
That's what I meant.
That's the way it was.
When you're in an area like that, and everybody's close together. I mean, because sometimes we had 3 deckers on Common Street, 3 deckers behind it. I mean, so there were really like 6 families if not more, living in those apartments.
Yeah, I mean, within 10 feet of my house on both sides, there was a 6-family and a 6-family behind us.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the way it was. Corner of Haverhill and East Haverhill, right on Haverhill Street. But again, you know, I look at, I use my kids as a template for what I'm talking about. And the one good thing is that they all have my mother and my grandmother's recipes, and they use them a lot in their own homes, which makes me feel good. You know, they're real Sicilian recipes. And every once in a while, they'll call me up. Jessica or Nick will call me up and, you know, ask my opinion of this particular recipe. How do I make it? And we fine tune things. So that makes me feel good.
You know,
that part of the tradition has carried on.
Yeah, unfortunately, you get people like myself, Nancy DeMarco, Barbara. They don't write their recipes down. Yeah. Like, I don't cook by measuring. I cook by taste.
Well, I do too, Mike, except like
I have nothing written down.
See, I have, my mother was nice. My mother, God rest her soul.
I know, she showed me.
Well, she made a cookbook, 20-page cookbook, and
I saw
for all the kids and all the grandkids. She says, "For this is when I go." Now, I have taken some of her recipes and I tweak them. I still tweak them. I honestly, everybody has said that my sugu, my meat sauce, is actually better than hers, and because I just added little things to it.
Sure.
But all the kids have that book, and then my brother Al, he's done some pretty interesting things. One day, he took with a VCR camera. He filmed my mother for 2 hours, talking about food, cooking, recipes, and we all have a copy of that. So that's kind of cool too.
You know, my nanu, Mike Lamazzo, I grew up in awe of this man because he was a big guy. Tommy, he had a chest and as strong as an ox. He would work on his farm, and I used to watch him pick up these rocks, throw them. I mean, to me, he was like Superman, really.
And you know what's funny? You call it the farm. But why don't you just describe, because we had a farm, describe what the farm was.
Okay. The farm was in North Andover, over by Glenny's. And it had originally just a small little, I'm going to call it a house because I'm a
shack.
Yeah.
A shack.
Okay. And then there was another shack. And that shack was for his wine. And he had 2 big barrels, oak barrels. He had the old wine press. And as Mikey, as a kid, my job would be to be alongside of him. We'd pick the grapes, put them in the container, press them all out. But I would take the barrels, what we were pressing, take all the skins out, all the seed out, dump them outside. And then he would turn around and put, I believe it was a sulfur tablet. And he would put a sulfur tablet, he'd light this candle and put the lid on, but there was enough air to keep it alive where the hole is. And that would take all like the blackness off the sides. It would just cake right down. So then you'd flip it and it would be nice and clean. I mean, it was they really had
they did it right. But let me ask you this, Mikey. You call it the farm. How many acres? 60 acres, 100 acres? How many acres?
It was probably about maybe 3/4, and that was big. And that was big.
Exactly, because our farm consisted of a little area that there were grapevines with grapes. Then there was a shack, a 2-bedroom. I called it a shack with a bathroom, 2 bedrooms, and then there was probably a garden that was probably 70 feet by 70 feet. And that was the farm. That's what we called the farm.
But I grew up
in Methuen, by the way.
There's an big age difference between me and my brother.
Yeah.
My brother doesn't have as many memories as I do about it. But I was there all the time. I mean, I loved being there. But he had the grape arbor that ran the whole length of the property, lengthwise, all the way down. And underneath it, of course, you had a couple of chairs for at night. You sit down, have a little vino. But a lot of, I grew all kinds of vegetables, pear trees, apple trees, peach
Same thing
trees.
with my grandfather.
And he had the room because, like I said, it was 2 buildable house lots. And it was a great memory, Steve.
David, you know,
I'll never forget it.
David, I'll tell you what's pretty funny. And Mike, I know you know this. So think about this. I grew up in the middle of the city of Lawrence,
Right.
Havel Street, real Italian area, right? And we had the farm. So during the summertime,
A farm.
you would think like we'd say, okay, we're going to go spend 3 days at the farm. You would think that we were going to, on a
journey.
A journey. We were traveling miles. The farm was literally a mile from the house, right?
Was it in Methuen?
It was in Methuen. Actually, you know what our farm was? Our farm is now the off-ramp for the Merrimack Street exit.
Oh, for
Right.
Pete's sakes.
To get onto 110.
Yeah,
that off-ramp is where the farm was, right
Yeah.
there. So, and of course they bought it by eminent domain, but you would think that we were traveling, and as a kid, it seemed as though it was a big event. We're going to the farm. We're going to stay at the farm. It was like a mile from the house. Pretty interesting.
It's funny you say that because when I was 13 years old, the Amin family that lived right across the street from me, they owned the Butcher Boy.
Yeah.
They had that one store on Route 28. So they asked me, you're a pretty good sized kid. Would you like to work with us and help bag? And, I said, sure. Well, the first time I took a ride from South Lawrence to Salem to go to the store, I thought I was in a different country. I mean, it felt so long,
Yeah. No, it was, they were good times. They were good times. As I said, part of me feels a little sad but again, I know how it is today and what it's like. I see it all the time. It's just that kids today, I think, are growing up differently. I'm not saying it's better. I'm not saying it's worse. It's just
they don't
different.
socialize enough, Tom. They're not socialized,
Well,
in my opinion. It's just my opinion. But
you know something, Mikey? I'm not sure I agree with you. And
okay,
I think that you may be right at the older levels, but I watch my grandkids, Lucy and Johnny and Tommy and Sloan. They have, like, Lucy, her and Johnny. I mean, they play with their friends all of the time.
Okay, I don't see that around here.
Yeah, and I could see your point, but here's the difference. Every single time they live in the suburbs. They're in New Hampshire, right? They call it a play date, where you can't. There's really not a neighborhood, as you're saying. So they have to be, they have to be
Brought
driven
to a certain area.
They have to be driven to a friend's house, or friends are driven to their house. The only time they all hang together is at school. It's different, I guess.
I'll tell you what I do miss as a tradition, and I'm going to use the Feast of the Three Saints as a quick example. When you don't see somebody for 2 or 3 years, and all of a sudden you see him at the feast, and me, I'm a huggy, kissy type of person. I like to put my arms around and kiss him in each cheek. It's my way. I don't mean nothing by it. Today, you got to be careful. You can't do that kind of
Absolutely.
stuff because they're going to nail you.
Absolutely, 100% right.
You can't even say anything.
Can I tell you something? Let me tell you this.
Oh,
David, how much?
Wow, I love that dress. They get offended.
Forget it. How much time we have, David?
We have 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
So let me just tell you a quick story. My son-in-law, John, he is the salt of the earth when it comes to his kids. Here's a guy that works a full-time job. He's coaching 2 soccer teams. He's coaching my grandson's baseball team, and he's helping with my granddaughter's travel team. So he's coaching Little League, not Little League, right before Little League. And I coached Little League for 7 or 8, 9 years. So I called him up. I says, hey, Johnny, I'm feeling pretty good. Love to help you out on Johnny's team. This is my grandson's team. You know what he said to me? I would love to have you, except they have to do a complete Corey check on you.
I was just going to tell you that.
They have to do a Corey check. They have to interview you. They want to look to see if you have a police record, which I don't, and I've never had any issues. But I says, yeah, just forget it. I said, I'm not going to go sit in an interview with all these people. We get it. But that's what you have to go for now.
I know.
I mean, when I coach Little League, hey, you want to help out? Yeah, come on. Anyway, Well, listen, Mikey, I'm really happy for Joe Farrow. And are you going to make it up there this weekend at all?
Yes, I am. I'm going to be there for the ribbon cutting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Again, that time may be changed. Right now it's scheduled for 10.
Right.
But it might change.
Well, if you see Marianne Esposito, send us.
I will.
Send her our best.
I will.
And put the bug in Joe's ears. We've been talking about it. Let's get the Tuscan Brand Studios up and running.
The man has got so many important things on his plate right now. You want to bug him about this?
Absolutely.
Okay, makes sense to me too.
He can put us on a third floor somewhere. You know, a view of the place.
Be nice, be wonderful, right? Free food, all that good stuff. Right?
Whatever you want, Tommy boy.
All right, guys. Listen, it's been a great week. Mikey, have a great week. And love to Barbara and to our viewers and listeners. We love you guys. 21 years. We're like the Italian version of Seinfeld. With that being said, remember, if you can't make fun of yourself, please don't make fun of anyone.
Hey, have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Make the best of it.
Bye-bye.
Ciao. Arrivederci.
Ciao ciao.
Buonanotte. A presto.
Ciao.
C'è una luna menzumata, mamma mia, mamma di dare. Figlia mia, cosa dare, mamma mia, pensate. Mamma la voglio che me voglio maritare. Ehi!